Yes, I am dyslexic and I am at war. Yes, yeah, let's talk about what is dyslexia? How is it caused? Dyslexia is a chemical in the brain. It stops the signal from connecting. Say, for example, if he's going to spell a word, let's say like cat, it'd be like CAT. The reason I know it spells cat is because I could see the picture and I know it's a C, an A, and a T. But a person without dyslexia, they'll be able to join it together. The signals will connect. And you know what cat is? Because in the English language, like everybody knows, there are millions and billions of words. So you got to know phonics, you got to know the alphabet. But a dyslexic, being positive dyslexic, you will never ever be able to read because it doesn't connect. It's like a kettle with no electric, basically, is what it is. And the other thing, let's talk about how are you at war? Because everywhere you go, you're not a human being. You're like a spirit. Because it's like everybody's alive and you're not. You want to communicate. You want to be like everyone else. Like Pinocchio, for example. You want to be a real person, a real boy. And you want to talk to someone. But you really can't because you know you're different. You're on the outside. You know it's a speech problem. You know you can't connect with them. It is a very, very lonely life, I must say.
Teaching a dyslexic person, you definitely need a lot of patience because the person is little disabled, where he takes little time to understand or uh, to recognize whatever the sentence structure or whatever it is. So for me, I think patience is the definitely a key factor for teaching anyone.
When you meet a person, you adjust your personality and your thinking accordingly. So when you meet a person who's dyslexic, and then, or even any other illness they might have or problems they might have, you got to adjust yourself accordingly. And when you do that way you understand them better. You come down to their level or go up to their level, whichever way. And then that makes it much easier to understand a person and understand their ability, and you can communicate much better with them.
It's a complete different form of teaching experience. It's not like a normal teaching. You cannot follow the normal teaching methods or strategies. What do you teach a normal person? Whereas teaching a person with dyslexic, your teaching strategies are completely different, and you're putting something new. And I feel really great and really happy, and I feel like I have achieved something after teaching a dyslexic person.
I hate to admit this, but say if you've got a partner, you're married, you've got a girlfriend, and you want to have a baby together. Say if you want to have a baby, and as you know, dyslexia is inherited, so you could pass it on to the baby. And if that baby gets dyslexia, it won't ever have a normal life, and it gets depressed and it kills itself, then that would be kind of your fault. But then on the other hand, I'm a bit confused because my mum and my dad was not dyslexic, but it's well known dyslexia passes on. And I don't want to give someone a wicked life. I don't want to put a child on the battlefield. It's like the James Bond life, in a way. Secret life is that magical world where you look up and you can see the promised land. You can see paradise. And it's like you're living a life with all those spirits, with all those cultures. You're living life with all those different people. It's like you hear one body, there's like 3-4 people in there. And you're living that James Bond life. Like, for example, when I was younger, I would go to work, I'll finish work about 6 o'clock, I'll fly to Bulgaria and go and make a movie there. And then I'll be back on the Monday morning say 9 o'clock, and nobody knows that I disappeared, that I have to live on the edge. But yeah, that's my secret life. And the secret life is don't get discovered. Nobody must know that you got dyslexia. You got to hide it. You got to laugh. But now, I'm one of the survivors in the war. So I can speak. And maybe I'll give someone else my strength.
If you take a person for what it is, or what he or she is, then that way you don't see it as a challenge. You know, you've accepted the person. What you see is what you get. So whatever way they behave in front of you, whatever way they talk to you, you accept it, and you know you basically communicate on that level.
When it comes to dyslexia, just like any other condition that is yet to be understood very well in some parts of Africa, it has its own stereotypes that we give to people who have such conditions. Many Africans are yet to come to terms with some of these conditions when it happens to their children. They are yet to come to the scientific understanding of how some children are born with such conditions. In line with that, as a child, when you are born with such a condition, you face a lot of issues in the society. Sometimes you are even seen as a curse in your own family. Sometimes you are seen even as an outcast because they don't see you as a normal person. Yes, it's quite worrisome as to how we deal with such issues back in our part of the world. We need more education when it comes to such things so that we'll be able to embrace such individuals as they are and give them the necessary support for them to also live peacefully among all of us.
So if you get married and you tell your partner, go, by the way, I've got dyslexia, you know, and some ethnic people from India and Asia, they look at it as a curse. They look at it as like you're a witch, you're doing black magic to them, because they're not educated to know what it is. You know, it's no one's fault. It's just the way you are. You are a genius at certain things, but then you're not at certain things.
I do understand a dyslexic person and the person who's having this problem, because for them, they can't read, they can't write. It's a very difficult task for them. But what I feel through my experience teaching a dyslexic, they have a very good grasping power. They have very good in remembering things. They could remember a lot of things which we generally forget. So they have a picture which goes in our mind, and they make use of that. So, and they're very hardworking. That's one of the best quality what I have seen in a dyslexic person.
I think it's just lack of knowledge, really, because even in my country, in Congo, mostly on the rural area, if you go, for instance, in the main city such as Kinshasa and so forth, you will see disabled people and people with dyslexia, and then a lot of those type of diseases, you know, people are being treated differently. You know, they are not being accepted. So already disability is a problem within the society. They haven't yet found a way to accept it, you know. And even if you look at mental health in Africa is still something that people does not yet understand. So this is the reason why sometimes in the far villages, when you have a child that has issues such as mental health issues or dyslexia, like we are talking about it, then they kind of reject it in the family, and at times we consider them as being witches that bringing bad luck in the family, and for that reason we don't accept them as such. We don't embrace such a child, so they come as a curse. So we're looking at them like, oh, you know what? though this one is coming to bring bad luck into our family. So it's very sad, because even simple disability, which in a certain area in Africa, which in families, they treat you different.
That's right.
You are the black sheep of the family, and people look at you totally different, and you lack what they give to other children, knowing that, oh, you know what, I'm helping this one because the person is going to help me in the future. And this is one of the things that I've always said that I don't like when it comes to African culture, is these things of thinking that, oh, I'm helping a child for them to help me tomorrow.
And I feel that I live in a cave, a dark cave, and everybody's alive, and I'm dead, you know? It's like, wow, please can you turn the lights on? Like my doctor, famous doctor, Dr. Ramesh, or Mr. Ramesh, he fixed my eyes for me because I had the laser treatment. Now I can see everything, but I had to see bodies. And I want to join in. I don't know if I'm dead or alive. I don't know what to do. Okay, that's negatives. Positives, yes, the magical world. I get to live in this dream world and I absolutely love it, because it's like 3-4 people that I can talk to. So when I'm tired one day, somebody else will come. That's why I'm really gifted in acting. I'm a very good actor, because people will spend thousands of billions of pounds on acting classes. Well, not billions, but a lot of money. And they still can't get it. Great readers, yeah, fantastic. But they don't get that magic, what people love on the camera. And I'm just going into my dream mode. Do you get it? I'm just going into La La Land. I'm becoming someone else. I'm living somebody else's life. And it's so free in there. It's like my good friend, he can see it. I do flash in, flash out. So positive sides, and I love music. The music connects together. Yeah, I'm free. I can fly.
Initially, it was a little difficult because I've never got a chance or an opportunity to teach someone with this dyslexic. But slowly, I started understanding I started understanding the person, and I could feel what the person is going through, how much effort I should put as a teacher, so that so that my student is understanding.
I'm so proud that I could speak Hindi and I could speak English. It was so hard because my first language was Ali G, colloquial English, and to turn that into proper English was extremely difficult. Like I said, I had a psychological problem. Like I said before, I could see everything. And I see those people discriminating against me. They always say to me, oh, can you learn Punjabi, learn the alphabet? Not always that memory plays in my mind that I couldn't pronounce all the words. It was very difficult. And plus I'm in the UK, I'm a mentor. And all of their laughs, every time they laugh, and every time when I speak Hindi, I can see the grammar, I can hear the grammar saying full stop, stop there, say it that way, say it that way. Even when I speak English, I speak slowly so I can speak correctly. Language is a very, very hard thing, and thank you to Mr. Dari again for letting me speak slowly. Because I'd rather speak slowly and speak correctly than speak quickly and speak incorrectly.
I still remember that the day when he had to be on radio, he was so initially he was so scared to be on that, because he wanted to practice, he wanted to give it 100%. So we did many times rehearsal. We did like 10 to 15 times saying the same sentences, asking questions to each other. The amount of hard work he has done to be on the radio and to be the best during his interview was incredible.
I never thought in my life that I'll be able to go on Punjabi radio and speak another language. because learning language is really, really difficult for a dyslexic. And I learned one of the most hardest languages, Hindi. I studied every day because I had a psychological issue. Because I've got a bit of a speech problem as well, a bit of a speech impediment. Everyone goes, oh, dopey boy, dopey boy. So I'm so proud of that. And it was a golden opportunity, and a wonderful, kind gentleman called Dari on 92 FM News and Radio gave me an opportunity to speak. And I am so proud of that. So thank you, News and Radio. You're the best. Thank you.
There are a lot of other people in the world who are not dyslexic, but they speak slow as well. Like if you take people whose first English language is not English, or their first language is not Punjabi, Hindi, or whatever, because they think first, translate, and then they speak. So that makes them speak slowly. So it wasn't much of a difference. To me, that was like pretty straightforward. I mean, I didn't see it as a problem.
I could feel that during my lessons. I could feel when he talks about when he gets emotional, or when he gets, especially when he gets emotional, you can see a different person altogether. I know that's not Sarabjit talking, but I know a different character in what is building in his mind, what is there in his mind. So that character is talking.
I've had a very horrible past, and I see it every day like it's 3D. like the film The Matrix, one of my favorite films, so amazing, so close to dyslexia. It feels like I'm really there again. I live all the bad pictures again, and I got to tell myself, I'm not there, I'm here now. I'm not in that world. Good pictures, yeah, it's stuff I love, and now I can see 3D, and so I love, women when they dress up, they look so beautiful, and I can see the good pictures, good memories, like, for example, one lady told me, oh, I love you too, all that romantic stuff, yes, the flowers and the rainbow, I can see all of that, and especially once I got married, and I felt like I was in paradise, I could feel my body coming out. And I thought it was a bloody dream world, do you know what I mean? I thought I was so happy. I could see happiness,
Having that sort of a background, having that sort of an experience, being in the military as well. So an army person is very regimental, very cut out, shaped. So I didn't find it any different. I found it very pleasurable talking to him.
And because I had such a bad past, I thought I have to achieve. I have to do everything I can in my power to make it. I mean, I went in the army. I can't believe I passed. Then I went in, I done acting. I made 15 films, 2 documentaries. I work as a teacher, education sector. And I've done it when I can't even hold a bloody pen. That's why my favourite story is the tortoise and the hare, because the tortoise wins the race. I can't even hold a pen straight, and I've done so much. I go to work, I drive. Yes, the manual car, please. I've tried so hard to pass on manual. It is not going to work. You got to listen to Uncle. The truth will set you free. Yes. But high achiever, I think I've done quite well. I left school with nothing. I've been a soldier. I've been teacher, actor, and the one thing I really want to achieve, but it's destiny. I love to fall in love and get married, but I can't choose that. But everything else I can do, and I'm doing it. And especially going on the radio and speaking different languages, that is just amazing that someone who had a speech problem.
Since they cannot read or write, so they picturize everything. In their mind, they picturize everything, the letters, the words, so everything, like it flies in their mind. So it's like a cloud in their mind, and so there's so many letters going up and down here and there. So they picturize each sentence or verse, they picturize in the brain, and they work like that.
Going through all the journeys in your life, where they say where there is death, there will be light. And it's like I'm sitting there, I'm talking to you, and it's not one person, it's about 3-4 people that you're having a conversation with. Because, you know, in the Bible, that what God says, He goes, that you have a relationship with the Spirit. You know, a little spirit comes inside you and you're talking to everyone. That's what I do in my acting. I play different characters. The different spirits that are talking to you. You know, nice ones, so not bad, just letting you know. And I just want my spirit to be free. I want to be happy. I want to play in the promised land. I want to go to the garden of light. You know, I want to see the light. I don't want to sit in the dark anymore. I don't want to be trapped in this cave, if you know what I mean.
It's easy to understand a person when you when you come to their level, you know, and it's easy to understand and easy to have a conversation with them, because at the end of the day, you're talking normal. You become normal. You know, that's the norm. Because if you try in your mind start thinking, oh no, he's got a problem or she's got a problem, how am I going to understand them? Then that's complicated.
It's a very lonely life. If you ever heard of the English language called the hermit, the man who walks alone, you always walk alone because you see everyone live, talking, laughing, and you want to join in, you want to talk to people, but you're alone. You're just alone always, because nobody really wants to come into your world and say, hey, don't get upset, man. I'm your good friend. I'm your good partner. Come on, let's do something together. Even I had a driving instructor. Yes, I did try to pass a manual, which I initially failed at. Yes, true. And even he said to me, goes to me, what are you trying to do? Because you're just not getting it. And you're so alone. You're like in this dark cave and you're screaming to get out. Because you can see all the light and everything. You can see everyone laughing. I know, you're like this dead soul. You're dead. And everyone's alive and laughing. You're afraid if someone touches you, something's going to happen to them. As soon as people find out you got dyslexia, they just want to keep away from you. They don't want to come near you. I don't want to be a ghost no more. I'm not alone. I'm alive. I can breathe. Well, in the morning when I breathe, I can see my shadow go in the mirror. I can see my breath mark in the mirror. I'm alive. I'm not dead.
World is the oyster of people, and oysters are always needed in all shapes and forms. So the person who's going to come next, you know, you never know what they're going to be like. You know, they could be bipolar, they could be dyslexic, they could be something else, or anything, whatever you can think of. So it's a challenge. It's a good challenge, because at the end of the day, you know, when you're talking to people, it gives you an insight of what life is all about on the other side as well. You know, you might be better. You never know, because some people are very talented they might have some sort of disability, which other people think is a disability. But being in that situation, sometimes, you know, your brain is more active with other things, like, you know, you could be a mathematician, you could be an artist, you could be a singer, you don't know, you know. So these opportunities are always there. So it's good to meet people like that.
Now, being dyslexic, right? You don't lie. Because once you're discovered, people do not take it as, hey, let me help you. They take it as killing. When I was younger, I had to act all the time that I haven't got dyslexia. I learned how other dyslexic acts. And he helped me spell this, and he helped me spell that, and copy and paste, and you know, getting other people to do things for you and everything. But it's like my good friend, I was really struggling once to get credits on the Internet Movie Database. What I was struggling for 2 days, he done in 10 minutes. Oh my God. But you can't be discovered with other people. But then what I realized, even if you tell people the truth, they do not care. Because I made a movie recently, and when I made that movie, I'm the only one who's dyslexic, no one else. can't hold a pen straight, but I stood as director. What has that got to say to people? And all these people can read and write. Shame on them not helping the director out. Nobody really cares anyway if you're discovered. But when I was younger, it was very, very scary to be discovered because I wasn't as strong as I am now. I deserve to live. I deserve to breathe. And I'm going to live in that world, and I'm going to be great, and I'm going to be fantastic in the way I can be. I am a genius because the things I can see and the things I can do, other people can't do.
And now, after teaching Sarabjit, after what he has achieved in his life, I feel I can teach anyone. I can teach any dyslexic person, because now I've understood a person with dyslexic and what all troubles he go through and what are the strategies what I have to follow. So it's actually it's a great honor for me to teach a dyslexic person.
I want to be free. I want to say, you know what? I can't write as fast as you. I can't spell as fast as you. I'm different. Let me be free. But the only positive thing about being free, dyslexia, is the gift of you can have more than one personality inside you. And to be free, to speak, to live in a dream world. And when you see people's eyes look up and you think, what are those people looking at? You're really in a magical place.
Always step back, look into it, learn from your mistakes, but do better next time until you get it right. Do it again and again, like they say, try and try again until you get it right, because that's what life's all about. There should be no rush. Like I was saying earlier, you don't have to talk fast, you don't have to think fast, because every situation is different. And the best thing is that you can achieve something. If you can think of something that you want to do and you're doing it, you can achieve it, you can make you the best in the market. So that's what my message is. Never give up, always try hard, always think positive, and do what you need to do to get your project or yourself in a better position.
And you're on your own. You're always on your own, and it's so bloody painful, man. It's like you're there, and there's your girl, and you're like, I love you, darling. Do you love me too? And you can see the magical world, but you're not one of them. You're a mutant. You're an alien. You're different from everybody else. And you can't pretend to be them, because sooner or later they'll find out. And when they do find out, they'll start burning their clothes, they call you a witch, and they will just walk out your life and leave you. That's the pain. The pain is I've got to look at a girl in the face and I've got to say, hell, darling, I'm dyslexic. Or I've got to sit with people and say, hey, by the way, I'm not like you. You think I'm doing it on purpose. I've got to pretend. I've got to say, oh yeah, I'm a bit dipsy. I don't know how to do this. Well, really, I know it's not. I'm not dipsy. There's a barrier in my brain. If you know what I mean.
As a wolf in the valley at the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because God is with me. Yes. Amen.
Amen.
Unite me. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen.